So now that we've seen the status of parents who've lost their children, and seen the status of children who have been lost in this beautiful place with Ibrahim alayhi salam and Sarah salam alayha in Al-Jannah, how do we cope when we're facing such difficulty? And it's not just the difficulty of losing children. When we face any difficulty in our lives as Muslims, we have to remind ourselves of what we're going through and how to deal with it according to the Quran and the Sunnah. The most beautiful hadith, which gives us the most holistic way of dealing with difficulties and good things that may face us in our lives, is as follows. Rasulullah said, "Ajibul al-amr al-mu'min." Wondrous, strange, amazing is the affair of the believer. In every affair of the believer there is khair. When something good befalls him, he does shukr to Allah, and that's better for him. And when something difficult or bad befalls him, he does sabr with Allah, and that is better for him. لَيْسَ لَأَحَدٍ إِلَّا لِمُؤْمِنٍ. But this is only for the mu'min. What an amazing hadith. If only we could implement this in every day of our lives, how easy life would become. Why? The first thing to note, the Prophet ﷺ said, in every affair of the believer there is good. Not in some of the affairs of the believer, not in half the affairs of the believer, not in most of the affairs of the believer. He said in every affair of the believer there is khair. So if we are believers, we have to believe that everything that happens to us is for our good. And then he divided it into two categories. The first one, when something good happens, how often do we thank Allah for all the good that He's given us? Unfortunately, as human beings, we focus more on what we haven't got rather than what we have got. What we have got is a blessing from Allah, and we should focus on it and give shukr to Allah. Why? Because that's better for us. But what He's taken from us, what He's made difficult for us, what He's given us in terms of trials or tribulations, we have to react with sabr. This is the mark of a believer. So when we recognize that dealing with everything with one of two states, sabr or shukr, is the key to us, then we can start to develop the mechanism by which we can cope. Everything that is happening to us in our lives is by the qadr of Allah. It's part of our iman that we believe in the qadr of Allah, the good and the bad thereof. We talk about it when we talk about iman, when we talk about aqidah, but sometimes we have to live it. And this is the most difficult time of which we have to live it, when we've lost our beloved child. Nothing can be more difficult to a parent than losing their child. Nothing can be more painful to the heart than losing a child. And this is why, subhanAllah, it is one of the most difficult times, which is why when we go back to the original hadith we mentioned at the beginning, houses in paradise could be waiting for us by our reaction. Qadr of Allah, the good and the bad thereof, is something we have to have a full understanding of. The child coming or going is from Allah. Our businesses, our wealth, our properties, our families, all are from Allah. They belong to Him, so we have to accept whatever He wants to do with them.